Could Erika become champion in the Kanto region? For those who don't know, Erika is the grass-type gym leader in Celadon City, napping away in her botanical garden until a challenger shows up to battle. Then, one of your Pokemon will be napping because every game that includes Erika gives her team a move that puts the opponent to sleep, which makes me wonder if we're sleeping on a really strong trainer here. To find out if Erika actually has what it takes to become champion, I decided to play through Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu as Erika, using the same team and movesets as this grass-type specialist. But as it turns out, that might be impossible, because her gym team's Vileplume, which is level 36, knows the move Moonblast. But the only way it can learn that move in the Let's Go games is while it's still a Gloom at level 45. So just like with the Misty run, I'll assume that she has 2 Vileplume on her team, one that I'll catch early game and use as her subpar stand-in for her ace, and a second one with the proper moveset much later in the game. That's also why this run is in Let's Go Pikachu, that's where the Oddish spawn. But Erika keeps being problematic because she also has a Bellsprout, and that one is exclusive to Let's Go Eevee. So I guess she has 3 Oddish now, but the third one is getting traded away, leaving her with an even-ish team. And now that we have our starters all sorted and a few more rules sprinkled in to keep this run fun and fair, it was time to kick off the journey by going through the Viridian Forest with 2 grass types. Thankfully, the few bug type trainers we did have to battle there didn't know any damaging bug type moves, so we managed to get easy wins and made our way through to Pewter City. There we could take on Brock, who uses rock type Pokemon, which happen to be very weak to grass type moves, netting ourselves an easy victory. After that, it was time to explore Mount Moon, where we can catch another grass-type Pokemon, Paris. Now technically, Erika is supposed to have a Tangela on her team as the 3rd Pokemon until after her gym battle, but considering this noodle monster also isn't available until after her gym, I thought Paris would be a good substitute. Then I instantly questioned the decision when we had to battle a Team Rocket Grunt that was still looking for fossils, and had a very problematic Zubat. Why was it problematic? Because it could one-shot our Paris with its wing attack. So we followed up with Oddish, who could barely do any damage with his Absorb, and could barely tank a wing attack in return. Thankfully, this grunt was kind of dumb and attacked us with Bite and Absorb a couple of times, neither of which would hit that hard, and this let us chip away at its health a bit more, to the point where Bellsprout could just come on in and wrap things up. After that struggle of a battle, we managed to make our way out of the cave and into Cerulean City, where we could challenge the Water-type gym. Grass beats water, so winning should be easy, right? Wrong! Because for some reason, all 3 of the beautiful gym trainers had some counter to grass-type Pokemon. Lily's Goldeen knew Peck, Violet's Shelter could shoot Ice Shards, and Daisy, well, she needs her own game. Also, she has a Seal, it was not that strong. And since our team kept getting nearly wiped by just 1 Pokemon, Erika and I decided to go train a bit on the Nugget Bridge, but she got distracted by a certain Pokemon on our way there.
Aw, what a cute little Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur! I can't believe my eyes.
Is something the matter?
No, quite the opposite actually. This little one has been super shy around people. It's the first time I've seen it actually walk up to someone.
Maybe it likes the smell of my perfume.
Maybe. Say, do you happen to be a trainer by any chance?
Yes, I'm a gym leader actually.
Oh, wonderful! Then, would you be interested in adopting this little one?
But isn't it your Pokemon?
Oh no, I run a small clinic here in Cerulean, and we take care of lost or injured Pokemon. I found this Bulbasaur and 2 others passed out near the entrance of the Cerulean Cave.
Wasn't there also a girl?
Did that Meowth just talk?
Ah, cat's out of the bag. My name is Vasco and I'm traveling around the Kanto region with Erika, searching for a shape-shifting pink Pokemon called Mew. I've already done 2 laps with Misty and Sabrina, but it's a bit of a long story, so you'll have to check the link in the description if you want to find out exactly what happened. All you need to know for now is that this girl might know something about the Mew, so what happened to her?
Well, aren't you a curious one? I did find a girl passed out with a Pokemon, but she said they weren't hers. Although, she didn't seem to recall much in general.
Ah, dang it. There goes that lead. Then again, maybe I can find a way to jog her memory. Do you think I could talk to her?
Well, you are a talking Pokemon, so yeah, probably.
Not what I meant. Can you take us to your clinic so I can talk to her?
No, we take care of sick Pokemon there, not people.
So she's at the hospital?
You're gonna lose one of your 9 lives if you keep jumping to conclusions like that, mister.
Well, you're beating around the bush. Do you know where she is or not?
I believe a Professor Oak from Pallet Town came running when I called out for help. and he agreed to take the girl in since she couldn't even remember where she lived.
Professor Oak. Got it. Alright, Erika, let's go.
What happened? Sorry, I dozed off while you were introducing yourself.
I found a clue.
Wonderful. Also, yes, I would love to adopt this Bulbasaur.
Then she's all yours. Take good care of her, Miss Erika.
Thank you, and welcome to the team, little one.
Objection is what I wanted to say, because even though we've seen Erika with a Venusaur in other Pokemon games, she does not have one in Let's Go. But as it turns out, this little one was too shy and didn't want to battle anyways, so it was going to be joining me on the bench while Erika leveled up the rest of her team on the Nugget Bridge, and then went back to challenge Misty. She started out the battle with Bellsprout, who could barely take a hit from Psyduck's confusion, but managed to live long enough to slap the water type with Vine Whip and knock it out. Then we followed up with Oddish against the Starmie, using Stun Spore to slow down the powerful Starfish and Absorb to drain away its health, getting us another solid win and the second gym badge. From there, Erika and I made our way south towards Vermilion City, taking on trainers along the way and getting both Bellsprout and Oddish to evolve in the process. The evolutions made us confident enough to take on the third gym, especially since grass types can resist electric type moves. But this one gym trainer quickly reminded us that there's dual types like Magnemite, which also resist grass type moves, so we were gonna have to train up a bit more before taking on the gym leader. Thankfully, there were plenty of trainers and wild Pokemon to help us do just that on Route 11, and since the level cap for Surge was the same as the level needed to evolve Paras, we figured we might as well train up a bit more and get another evolution under our belt. Then we went to battle Surge. His lead Pokemon tried to set up a light screen, but our lead is a physical attacker and it knows Leech Life, which got a major power buff in the recent generations. The real problem was his Magnemite, since it pretty much resisted all of our attacks. Then again, we resisted all of its attacks, so we could scrape on by, unless we get paralyzed, then we can't do anything. Lucky for us, Leech Life did hit hard enough to get the knockout, leaving Surge with just his ace Raichu, which was a lot stronger than the little magnet. So we followed up with Gloom, who would take shockingly little damage and use Absorb to replenish its health. Unfortunately, the Raichu managed to land a critical hit on us and got the knockout, but we still had our Weepin' Bell, and as a wise man once said, "Ask not for whom the weepin' bells, it weeps for thee." So we got ourselves badge number 3. Now typically, we'd head straight to Celadon City from here, if you can call this path straight, but this time around, we had other plans. When Sabrina dropped me off at Erika's gym, she also gave her some tickets to the SSN, which was hosting a battle party with trainers from all around the world. And since Erika didn't want to completely turn down the invite, she decided to at least check it out for a few minutes before leaving Vermilion. Unfortunately, the soft sway of the boat very quickly put her to sleep. Thankfully, the staff on board let us borrow a guest room for a bit, but I guess I'm stuck here until she wakes up.
Stop right there!
Huh? What's going on outside? I'll just take a small little peek. Haven't had to use one of these in ages. Well, let's see.
I said, can I see your ticket, please?
Do you even know who you're talking to?
No, sir, I do not. But it doesn't matter who you are. If you don't have a ticket, I'll have to ask you to leave.
That's the problem with you greenhorns. Don't even recognize the VIPs. Here's my ticket. Satisfied?
Nuh-uh, not so fast. I have to inspect it first.
For the love of... I have an important meeting to get to. You saw the ticket. Now stop wasting my time.
Listen, sir. There is a private party on this boat with some very important guests. The chief asked me to help with security, so I have to check every ticket for its authenticity.
Who would bother faking a ticket anyways?
Team Rocket, sir. They're an evil organization who's made a name in this region by stealing Pokemon and items from innocent people. One of our agents tipped us off about their production of counterfeit tickets for this very party, so I must inspect every single one.
I see. I'll be sure to teach those grunts a lesson next time I see them. Here, you may inspect my ticket, greenhorn.
Thank you for cooperating. Let's see. Yep, it checks out. You're good to go, sir.
I'm not good at all. Your little inspection made me late for my meeting with a top security expert.
Well then, they should understand. Now then, I believe it was this room.
Ah, shoot, I better get this table out of the way.
Oh, who is it?
Officer Jenny, ma'am. I heard you weren't feeling well, and I came in to check on you.
Oh, it's nothing to worry about. I tend to get sleepy easily, and the swing of this boat was a bit too relaxing.
If you're having trouble staying awake, perhaps I should escort you back home, ma'am.
That sounds Nice.
Yeah, you're in no condition to stay on this boat. If Team Rocket does make a move, you might be in danger.
I'd rather not stick around for that either.
Huh? Who's there?
Oh, down here. I'm Vasco, Erika's travel buddy. Nice to meet you.
Officer Jenny, the pleasure's all mine. Since you're this lady's Pokemon, do you know where she lives?
Yeah, she's the gym leader in Celadon City.
That is quite the drive away. I'll have to let the chief know that I'll be out for a while. Could you help me carry her out to my bike?
I can try. Not sure how much my little arms can do though. You wanna help too?
Oh, how sweet. Miss Erika can rest easy with this many caring Pokemon by her side. Now, let's go, you two.
On the way towards Celadon, I talked a bit more with Officer Jenny about all the Team Rocket stuff. Apparently, they had sent a spy to track their movements at the game corner, and that's who reported the fake tickets being passed around. That got me curious why Erika didn't just storm the place with her gym squad and disband the operation. But then I realized that these grunts tend to use poison-type Pokemon, the perfect counter for Erika's grass-type gym. And if she somehow made her way to take on Archer, the owner of the game corner, he could easily burn through her team with his flame-throwing Weezing. Even if she evolved both Gloom and Weepinbell, meaning they could tank through a heat, neither of them had a good move to use on this gas ball, which means she could not defeat Archer and put a stop to the game corner operations. This also made me realize that if we can't beat one Weezing, there's no way we're gonna beat a full team of poison types at gym number 5. So when Erika woke up the next day, I suggested we go train up a bit, or rather a lot, before taking on Koga. She agreed and suggested we go to Pallet Town since that's where Professor Oak lives and a few other grass types spawn. Unfortunately, the professor wasn't at his lab, so we just had to settle for catching a Tangela and a second Gloom for our team. But we still had to level up our Pokemon a bunch, so we took on several trainers south of Pallet Town, and ended up making our way down to Cinnabar. According to a coach trainer we met along the way, the abandoned mansion was full of strong Pokemon and was the perfect place for us to train at this point in our journey. I also wanted to see if we could find any clues there, so we went in without hesitation, and while Erika was busy taking on trainers and Pokemon, I was snooping around for information. There were a lot of newspaper clippings, heavy academic articles, and several daily logs from scientists who used to work there, but none of them had any useful information about the Mew or the Pokemon near the shore, or at least not on the ground floor, because as we kept exploring the mansion, we found a way down to the basement, and that's where I found something interesting. A diary, written by Mr. Fuji.
Who's that?
An old guy who lives in Lavender Town.
Then what's his diary doing all the way out here?
That's what I want to know. He seemed pretty sad last time I met him. I wonder if this diary can explain what happened.
Shouldn't we ask his permission first? Seems polite to just read through someone's diary like that. Are you curious too, little one? Sorry. Fine, I guess you can read it. You wouldn't have left it lying around if it was anything important.
Thanks, Bulbasaur. Now let's see. Research log, day 1. Today marks the first day of our journey
to find the Pokemon who holds genetic information on all other creatures in existence. Dr. Fuji.
Oh, sorry. I must have dozed off. Did you finish reading already?
Yeah.
You don't sound too happy about it.
There was a lot of useful information there, but man, those Team Rocket guys, they're just the worst.
They really are. Father told me that they had stolen some technology from his company a few weeks ago. I believe he called it the Self-Scope.
What a weird name.
Right? And why would a bunch of thieves need a tool that can see ghosts anyway?
Wait. A tool to see ghosts? You mean this thing?
Looks like something they'd make at Sylph, but why do you have it?
Sabrina gave it to me after we raided their base in Celadon. But you're right, there hasn't been much.
Shh! I think I hear footsteps. What's that?
A Blaine doll?
I'm starting to feel a little creeped out. Maybe we should leave.
Don't worry about it. It's just old Blaine playing tricks on us.
Still.
You're right. We've been here long enough. Let's go. And so we made our way back to Fuchsia City to challenge the next gym. Koga started off with Weezing, which is already giving me PTSD, and Erika sent out Tangela, whose only good move was Reflect, except it's a status move, so we got one shot. Off to a good start, I'd say. Then we followed up with Parasect, which had a free move since the TM for Solar Beam isn't available until Victory Road, and that meant we could give it an actually useful attack here for this gym battle, Dig, which was not as useful as I had hoped, especially since Toxic could still poison us while underground, and it was all false hope anyways because the Weezing could simply one-shot us with its Sludge Bomb attack at any point. We sent out Victory Bell next, hoping to do some chip damage, but Koga decided to waste all of our efforts and use Explosion to finish off his own lead. Then he followed up with Golbat, who used Fly to avoid our attack and finished off our bulky plant the next turn. Erika sent out Vileplume next, but what is this flower gonna do? We've got 3 different types of moves and Koga's bat resists all 3 of them. So even if we can tank a hit, we can barely do any damage in return, meaning Erika would always lose here. We couldn't even take down half of Koga's team. This makes her the first gym leader in this series who couldn't even make it to the Elite Four, but it does make me curious how she'd do against the rest of the Kanto League, so I lent her a helping hand to win this battle and see what happens next. I was a bit worried about the Psychic type gym since half of our team is weak to Psychic type moves, but things went a lot smoother here. For starters, Sabrina's Mr. Mime is part Fairy type, so we could do some damage with Sludge Bomb, but since it's set up a Light Screen, no we can't. So we used Leech Seed to drain some of its health between turns and watched it take down our lead Tangela. Then we followed up with Victory Bell, who could finish off the Mime with its physical Poison type move. Then it could deal some decent damage to her Slowbro before getting knocked out, and we followed up with Vileplume to finish off the tanky Sea Psychic. But Sabrina responded with Jinx, who put her flower to sleep and 2-shot it with ease. That was okay since it was time for Parasect to shine. This part bug grass type could use Leech Life to one-shot the Jinx and had plenty of bulk to take a hit from the Alakazam, then one-shot it as well. Sabrina gave us the badge and instantly went back to training, so we left the gym and headed towards Victory Road. As it turns out, you can access the grass patch on Route 23 once you've collected the first 6 gym badges in the Kanto region. And that's the only place you can catch the last Pokemon for Erika's team, Execute, or should I say Executor, since we evolved it right away. This also meant we finally had a Psychic type move on our team, which maybe could help Erika win Koga's badge. Unfortunately, you need to get his badge first to reach the spot where it spawns, so it's too late to find out. Instead, we went to take on another gym where we did not have an advantage. Sure love getting one shot on the first turn. Thankfully, Executor could bulk through a hit and deal some damage, but it was too slow to do more against the Magmar. Parasect also gets grilled right away, and thankfully Blaine switched over to Confuse Ray on the Victory Bell, which gave us an opening to hit his lead with Poison Jab and knock it out. But his Rapidash, yeah, that Pokemon does not horse around, meaning that Erika would lose yet another gym battle. But hear me out, C's get degrees, so having 75% of the gym badges should still qualify her for champion, right? No? Too much of a stretch? Okay, then what about the baseball system? She got 2 strikes, and if she gets the 3rd one, then she's out for real. So in the spirit of sportsmanship, I gave her a paw again and helped her win the battle against Blaine. He was not happy about that and gave us the silent shoulder after the match. So we scurried our way towards Viridian to take on the last gym. This guy talked big on the boat, but was silent as ever on his home turf. Although Erika was the deadly one this time, since our grass type moves could deal major damage to his ground type Pokemon. Okay, maybe not so much to the Nidoking, who could hit us super hard with its poison jabs, but they were tickles compared to Koga and Blaine. Even the Megahorn didn't knock us out, and we managed to one-shot his Rhydon with Mega Drain, giving us a ton of HP back for the battle with Nidoqueen. Since we were on a roll, I decided to set up a Reflect for even more protection, then set up a Leech Seed to sap away more of itself, and then went back to Mega Drain, which was starting to run out of PP at this point. But we had just enough to finish off his ace and get ourselves badge number 8. From there, we could head straight to Victory Road, where the only problematic trainer was this lady with a Venusaur, since it could one-shot most of our team with its Sludge Bomb, but we managed to finish it off with Victory Bell and keep going. Then we finally picked up the TM for Solar Beam and had to use some hard scales to recall a few useless moves like Stun Spore for our second Gloom, and some good moves like Swords Dance for our Victory Bell. If only we could also add Sucker Punch to that list, but alas, that was all the changes we could make before taking on the Elite Four. Thankfully, it was enough to help win against Lorelei, whose lead Dugong couldn't do much damage with its Ice Shards, but would take a ton of damage from our Power Whips. Then she sent out Jinx to finish off our lead with a Blizzard, but this part Psychic Pokemon couldn't quite knock out our Parasect, and instead got one-shot by Leech Life. I was not expecting to see a Flamethrower in this battle, but I didn't expect her Slowbro to last long against her Victory Bell either. We also managed to one-shot her Lapras, and that just left her with the bulky Cloyster, who barely tanked through a Power Whip and could be easily finished off with a Psychic the next turn. Bruno was even easier to take down since his fighters couldn't one-shot our grass types, but our ace Vileplume definitely had the advantage against his ace Poliwrath. Now Agatha, she was a problem, because once again, poison types. We tried to be funny by setting up a Reflect and attacking with Power Whip, but we were barely doing any damage since her whole team resists grass type moves. Our one psychic guy could finish off her lead, but we were way too slow to do anything against the Gengar, and she has 2 of them. We did manage to take down the first one thanks to Parasec's sleep-inducing spore attack, but there was nothing we could do against her Golbat. Not even with her second Vileplume, which makes it strike 3. At this point, there is no hope for Erika to become champion. But since we made it this far, I decided to cheese the fight anyways and keep going to see what would have happened. As it turns out, she could sort of win against Lance since he has 2 water types, a rock, and a very sleepy Dragonite. But the only way to beat the Charizard on his team was with friendship mechanics, and in my book, that doesn't count. And of course, I had to see what happens if she takes on the silly champion. Then I was reminded that he leads with a Mega Pidgeot, and yeah, this thing just outright sweeps her whole team. And in the off chance that she does manage to knock it out, he still has a Rapidash to burn away any other flowers. So if you needed a definitive answer and couldn't figure it out by this point, no, Erika could not become champion in the Kanto region. Her grass types are too slow, too vulnerable to the most common types in Kanto, and barely have any type coverage in their move pool. There's simply too many things holding her back. What's that sound?
Sorry, it's Father calling. I should answer.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yes, Father?
Erika, bad news. That Team Rocket gang is back, and it sounds like they've taken over the entire building. They've somehow bypassed our security system and managed to jam all conventional forms of communication. I need you to contact the Elite Four and send help to the Self-Co headquarters in Saffron City immediately.
Understood, Father, and please stay safe.
Don't worry, we're in a secure location for now. And if they do find us, I'm sure Porygon will protect us.
Okay, Father. I'll go make the report now.
Thank you, Erika. I love...
Those Team Rocket guys. Good thing we're still at the Indigo Plateau.
Thank you for notifying us so soon. We've sent our former champion and Miss Lorelei to Saffron. Agatha has contacted the police. They'll dispatch several units and provide support soon.
What about you?
As much as I would love to give those villains a good thrashing, there is something else I must do.
What could possibly be more important than saving Self?
It sounds like a majority of their members were sent there for this operation, which means their bases are left with the skeleton crew at best. Now is the perfect opportunity for me to swoop in and shut them down.
Sounds dangerous.
We must take some risks if we want to rid of these pests.
Then can I come along too?
I thought you didn't like to battle.
I don't, but after reading what they did to Mr. Fuji, I can't just sit on the sidelines anymore. Besides, they might have more information on Mew stashed away at one of their bases.
What do you think, Lance?
I was planning on going alone, but having some backup can reduce the risk.
Then I'll leave him with you and head back to my gym. We'll be ready to help if you need anything.
Thanks, Bulbasaur. Keep an eye out on Erika for me.
Then it's settled. Welcome to the team, Vasco. Now, let's go deliver some justice.